Okay, before you watch this video, two things that everybody needs to know. First of all of these are recorded and edited at least a day or two in advance, some of them even more. And any changes that occur between recording and uploading, those I will discuss in the first episode of WNBA Weekly. If someone gets hurt during preseason, odds are I'm going to miss it by like an hour or so. And then I will talk about that on May 13th when I upload the first episode of the season. Second of all, I am not in any way associated with the WNBA or any of their sponsors or affiliates. I am not part of the Associated Press. I'm just a guy who loves basketball and wants to talk about the game that I love. So, yeah, all of these are just my own personal opinions based on the observations that I've made. I do take into account some of the things that the media and players and other people will say, but at the end of the day, these are my opinions. So if I happen to say something negative about one of your favorite teams, deal with it. Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I am your host Nathan Lyle, and these are the 2017 WNBA preseason power rankings, where I look at all the moves that a team made during the offseason and try to predict where I think they will land at the end of the regular season. And here at number 6, honestly, this is a team that as much as I respect them, I always end up having lower expectations of them than the rest of the world. I was kind of right last year because they barely managed to sneak into the playoffs. And they look a lot weaker than they did then, but I'm still ranking them fairly high. I feel like I'm being incredibly considerate here. This team was already championship caliber, and then they made a ton of moves during the offseason. Traded away Candace Dupree, traded away Isabelle Harrison. Dewanna is sitting out the season for pregnancy, and Penny Taylor retires. Now, they brought in a lot of good players. They traded for Danielle Robinson, they traded for Camille Little, they signed Leilani Mitchell and a bunch of Australians, like they always do. Overall, I feel like this roster lost more than they gained. Much as I respect Camille Little, she hasn't had the consistently strong presence that Candace Dupree has had, or Dewanna, who won 3 times 6th Woman of the Year. Overall, I think this franchise lost more than it gained. But the two things that remain the same are the things that make me 100% believe they're going into the playoffs. They're going to win a couple of playoff games. Taurasi, Griner, not only the faces of this franchise, but that's 2 of the faces of the league. They're some of the best who have ever played this game. Taurasi this season will become the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. No doubt in my mind she's going to be the first person to 8,000 career points. No doubt in my mind that if she plays long enough, she'll be the first person to 10,000 career points. Griner, since she started her career, has been the best rim protector in the league. She's only been in this league 4 seasons. She's already top 10 in career blocks, and she could potentially leapfrog both Candace Parker and Sylvia Fowles before the end of the season. No doubt in my mind that before she even reaches her 10th year, Griner will already become the first player in league history with 1,000 career blocks. Still needs to work on her rebounding though. You got an MVP in Taurasi, a Defensive Player of the Year in Griner, who could herself end up being an MVP someday down the road if she improves her all-around the game just a little bit more. Well, defense is solid. No doubt defense is always going to be there. There are times when you wish you could be more impactful around the rim. I'm not saying Griner is a bad offensive player, but if you just look at her physical abilities, she should basically be unguardable. Now, I expected Shaq-like numbers. I expected her to average 28, 10, and 4 blocks. Then again, this could be the year where she starts putting up those kind of numbers. I think the effect of Danielle Robinson here, it frees up the scorers to move around a little bit more. I think there will be better ball movement on offense. Defense, I have questions about it. I think it'll be solid enough. I think they're good. I don't think it's an easy road for them to try and get to the top, which is why I have trouble placing them in the top 5. This team doesn't look anywhere as scary as they did a few years ago when they won the title. But they still have Griner, who is going to retire as the all-time leader in blocks. You've got Taurasi, who's going to retire as the all-time leader in points. So when you've got one of the best scorers in league history and one of the best defenders in league history on the same roster, they are going to win some games, they are going to get to the playoffs, and they are going to win at least a couple of playoff games. The reason I put them 6th on the list isn't because I think they're a worse team than the ones above them, but it's just about how consistently will they be able to win throughout the course of the entire regular season. No doubt in my mind they're going to finish above 500. I just don't expect them to win 30 games. I don't know if they'll be able to get 20 wins. But if the two stars, the two pillars of this franchise stay healthy, they are getting in the playoffs. That's just a foregone conclusion. Well, that's it for this segment. Tune in tomorrow for the next edition of the Power Rankings. We're in the top 5 finally. Oh my God, you know what that means? That means the season's almost here, people. Get ready for it. We're less than a week away. So until tomorrow, this has been the Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lau. Hope you have a great day.